Okay, so rudely interrupted. Right, where was I? So I said what I've done is, at the moment all I've done is just gone round and tapped the icing to the top of the cake so that it's not going to slide around, and now we'll start going around smoothing. So lifting and just using the soft part of your hand there, just pressing it to the cake, making sure that we're not getting any folds or creases in the fondant as we go around. So just smoothing it, and never pull down, because you will pull the icing and rip it along the top edge where you've got the sharp edge underneath. So just smoothing it all the way around, slowly pressing it to the side of the cake. Okay, so we get all the way around. As we're getting nearer the bar, it does get a little bit harder as we get nearer to the cake board. We'll just start firming it all the way around, pressing it onto the cake board as well as you go, so that it sticks around the bottom edge. Pressing it down, running the palms all the way around until we get a nice finish. Okay, nearly done. And last bit. Okay, so it's all done. So I'm just rubbing my hands all the way around now, using the heat of my hands just to warm fondant up as we go, so everything's nice and smooth. Now grab one of your cake paddles, and using the smooth edge, all you need to do is just press it down firmly to the cake board, and using the flat up against the side of the cake, and this is creating a nice cutting guide for you to cut the fondant off that trim the bottom. So all I'm doing is pressing down all the way around. I'm not actually putting any pressure onto the cake at this point. I'm not smoothing the cake fondant, the fondant around the cake. I'm just pressing down to get the cutting line around the bottom. Okay, then we've got a little clean knife. Okay, so got a small knife, and what I just start at the front and just again move the cake, not the knife, it's easier sometimes. Just do one motion all the way around. So you get to there, and then pull the excess off. Okay, so at this point then you want your two smoothers, because you're going to start smoothing your icing. So make sure the top is nice and smooth first, and put the flat edge of your smoother against the cake board and up against your cake, and start just turning the cake slowly, using the fondant smoother to go all the way around. Again, I'm not pressing like super hard around the sides, just smoothing it as you go. If you've got a little bit of excess here like this, just trim it off. Like that. Okay, so okay, so got the sides pretty much done. So any white marks or anything like that should come off with the steamer. If not, all you need to do once you've finished your cake is just run a damp paintbrush over any of the white marks, and they should come straight out. Okay, so to start working on the top edge, what we're going to do is put again with the smoother, one side flush to the cake board, but we're not actually going to put any pressure on the side of the cake. What we're going to do with the top is just very soft motions now, just start working the top of the fondant on the top of the cake towards the outside. So just very slightly pressing towards the edge, and this is just to give the sharp edges a boost a start, so you're not trying to move too much fondant around at the top of the cake, because that's when you start rubbing thin holes in it and getting cuts in the top. So just steady pressure all the way around. I'm not actually pressing on the side of the cake, I'm just holding it up to the side and letting the top do all the work at this point. All the way around, nice circular motions. There we go, we can already see it's beginning to look a little bit neater around the tops already just by doing this. And then we'll go in and work with our flexi smoothers to get that lovely edge. Okay, so we've got a couple of little air bubbles forming. Okay, just smooth it down again. There we go. So start going in with our flexi smoothers now. Make sure everything's smooth on the sides. There's no air bubbles in it. If you do find you get a couple of air bubbles in it, all you need to do is grab a little very thin safety pin or a sewing needle or something like that, and just pop them and smooth them over with your fondant smoother. Okay. So now we move on to the flexi smoothers. Now these you can buy in various shapes and sizes. I think these are just the medium ones. One side's really smooth and the other's got a bit of a texture on it. Now what you want to do is make sure that the smooth side is touching your cake. The texture I find moves the fondant around a little bit too much, and the same with the top one. So this one goes on the side, this one goes on the top, so you've got your nice curved edge at the top. Again, make sure that the smooth side is touching your cake. Now again, what I'm going to do is, because again you don't really want to be moving the fondant around too much at this point, because you will start stretching it and tearing it, is I'm just going to put some cornstarch all the way around the top edge again, and again steam this out once the cake has finished. Okay, so grab your flexi smoothers, and with the smooth side this side and the smooth side on the top, and what I'm going to do is, again, not too much pressure, just start just ever so slightly just rubbing the top edge. Okay, and then 90% of the work is actually done from the side here, so just a little bit of pressure. Make sure that you've got your fingers spread apart so you're not actually pushing in at one spot on the top of the cake, so you're spreading the pressure out. Again, people have different techniques, different ways of doing this, but this is personally sort of the technique that I've refined over my years, as they say. So all I'm doing is just very, very lightly, just rubbing circular motions on the side of the cake while keeping the curved one flush to the side one, so it's creating that lovely sharp edge. And I'm not I'm not rushing, taking my time. So this is going to take a while, so might fast forward this bit while I go all the way around.